Evening, guys. How's everybody doing? Really brief video, a little bit belated in many regards, but I'm going to share it just for hopefully information, and if it might save people, it might help people making a decision when they're buying some of the project saws that get advertised. So, Husqvarna 61. As I say, a bit of a belated video. I have a gentleman who says he's coming out on Friday. I'm in a bit of a time warp today. Where are we? Wednesday. Okay, so it's coming out in a couple of days' time. So, project saw, not worked on. I say project saw, actually it's sold for spare parts only. And it's a really interesting distinction, I think, between something which you may sell for spares or repair, and then something which you might say, look, this is spare parts only. And so the guy that's coming out is an experienced engine builder and does a bit of tuning. So anyway, this saw, 1997, so right at the tail end of the Husqvarna 61 era, 97, 98, that's kind of, I'm sure was it 99, right towards the tail end. Lovely cosmetic condition, mag alloy side cover, all genuine, chain brake working, tank excellent, genuine pull start housing, genuine lid unbroken, genuine bolts, flywheel undamaged, and excellent compression. Take off the exhaust is lovely and clean. And so the cautionary tale part is, which is why I had to say it to the chap, when I'd bought this saw, I've seen this saw and it seemed to pull over and then got incredibly tight on the pull start. So I've taken off the pull start housing cover, rotated it, and it's tight. And you think, okay, they can be tight for a number of reasons. Clutch could be dragging, I checked, no. Clutch bearing fouling, no. I thought, well, let's have a look at the pod and the piston. Pulled off the exhaust. This is the late style exhaust. Piston's lovely and clean. So, flushed it through, teased it round, and she's loosened off. But anyway, I'd love to hear what you guys think. So, I've only made this mistake once before, which is why I was going to share it now, and that is on an old Dolmar, and it was like brand new, a Dolmar 133, and a very similar situation. And I decided to run it, and that engine let something go on the piston ring within 10 seconds, and it totaled the engine. Al, how's Jill? Hope you're both well. I was telling a friend about this the other day, which I can kind of laugh about, although it still hurts me now, even years later. So when they go tight on the crank and the piston's clean, you invariably know that it won't be the small end bearing, so that only leaves you the obvious on the outside is the flywheel fouling on perhaps the coil. I've seen that before. Check the clutch. If those two are free, then you know you've either got a main bearing which is either misshaped or the cage is going, or you've got the big end and perhaps the cage is breaking on the big end, or there's something going wrong with the bearings. And so even though this saw has got great compression, I have felt it go tight, and so I know that to try to run it is just going to be a disaster, because it's either the big ends, the main, and the crank, or is one or the other, maybe all of it. So anyway, she's a great spare parts saw. I wanted to share that, guys. So if you ever come across a saw where it's tight pulling over, or it seems to lock and you back it off and maybe it starts to free up again, my advice would be, and I'd love to hear what other guys' experience is, don't run them. If you've got the skill, break it down, split the crank halves, and take a look at the bearings, and it's invariably going to be mains or big end. So I've only made that mistake once, and I'm not going to repeat it. So anyway, this is why this this apparent beauty, for that one reason, can only be sold as spare parts. And I'm not going to attempt to run her because she should just be stripped down fully, just to see what's happening on the crank, because it wouldn't go tight. Guys, hope that's interesting. I know a lot of people have messaged about the project saws for the Contra, or aka in America the Lightning, and the 070. I will get to them. Take care, guys. Bye for now.